this poor machine has been dropped, and it's dropped on its side, and it's got a bit of a bash going on there. It's a bit of a bash. The covers had a bit of a hit as well, and the hinge is bust. The thing's twisted, so it doesn't really want to sit. Probably could force it, but it's adding pressure on this cover here. So we're gonna strip it and replace it with a new hinge. Right. Let's remove this back cover. In fact, we'll remove the jam point on the back. Let's strip this. Take this rear cover off. Here we are. 4 screws. I think I need to remagnetise this screwdriver. Yep. Pops off. You can see there we've got a bit of a strain going on there. If you look at this corner piece here, you can actually see the pressure going on here, right across that cover. Right there, it's all bent and twisted. I'm not sure if you can make it out very well. Right, take this cover off here. Yeah, this whole cover's under strain. Pop that off. Right. I can see this whole mechanism. There's wiring loom FSC cables basically going through there, so we need to be careful. I think we probably could do with taking that all off. It does appear now that we're going to have to take this cover off, and this side cover. Probably take that screw off here, which is actually a screw that goes into the hinge on the other side. I might be able to move the scanner enough just to pop that off, and we can. So there's the bus one, and there, spin it around the right way, is the one that's it's getting replaced with. So what I'll do, just in the name of science, let's take this whole scanner unit off since we've got it this far down. We'll check for other damage. As I said, the machine's been dropped, so I just want to double check. Okay, let's get this side cover off and we'll have a closer look. So, screw there. Do you know what I like about these machines? They're all the same type of screws. They all go into plastic. Well, most of them are the same type of screws. Probably all come across the odd one that's not. So 2 screws at the back. Screw there. Okay. Right. These panels just kind of, once you take the screws off, they just squeeze off. It's kind of, they've got little hooks on to hold them on, so I'll just pop it off at the back, try at the front, give it a bit of attention, too rough with it, there we go, off it pops. Sometimes it comes straight off, and sometimes you want to fight with you a little bit. So we've got like some hooks at the bottom, that's the bottom. But we've got some clips there, some kind of hooks there. I think I bust one on that side, look. In fact, it's probably was broken when it was dropped on the floor. I'm not taking the blame for that one. Okay, so I've got the side panel off, and you can see here the wiring loom from the scanner unit comes around, it comes underneath here, and it connects. There are a couple of connectors across there, well 3 there I can see off, and a couple of NFFC cables, one there and one there. Right, it appears we have to take this side cover off as well. So get the top cover off, this side cover needs to come off. They've actually got a lip underneath. Move those screws out the way. So take that screw off there. All with one hand. So look at the back. Waste box cover. That's the waste box. We've got the back, one screw. When I say waste box, the actual proper term is maintenance box. Right, let's see if we get this off. That one maybe. Lift that up a bit. There we are. Lovely. Right, now we can get this top cover off, because there is a screw right there. Not a screw there. Must be these 2 screws as well. At the front here. Here we are, finally. Alrighty, so here we are. We need to take this earthing point off. Okay, that needs to come off, and then we take off that connector there, and that FFC cable there, little 2-pin connector in white and one in black. That's it there. So we're getting there now. That looks like double-sided tape, and we have this one here. The connector on this is a bit more awkward. Let me just zoom in there just to show you. Here we are. Can't really see it there, but there's this FFC cable's not just a plug-in, it's got a little adapter on it, like a collar. So this FFC cable, not that you can really see underneath there's a connector on here. The rest is a plug in and pull out. This one isn't, so it needs released. There we go. So just pulled it from underneath, and that should release the FFC cable. You can tell I've done that before. There we go. Ooh, damaged the board. Why don't you? Let's pop that off there. Right, now we've got the connector off. We can just lift this off. You can have a closer look. It's got a bit of a mash there. It's had a bash. Cover is damaged on the top. Yeah, but it's just a cover. Everything else looks alright. I do know I switched it on, and I do know it doesn't recognise the paper cassette, so I'll need to have a look at that. I'll do that in another video. Right, now the hinge is in, it's time to put the scanner unit back on. There we are. And we'll put 2 screws in to secure the scanner on the machine. They actually screw, these 2 screws screw directly into the hinges. There we are. Don't over tighten them. End up rounding the threads. Alright, how's that better? It actually stays up now on its own. Let's reconnect these cables. That FFC cable could be fun. Oh. Right, so it sits on top like that. So let's get that one out of the way a second. Put these connectors in. The black one, the 2-pin black one, and there's a 2-pin white one. Just double checking with a flat blade that they're in properly. Gauging how much play on here is basically just purely down to where this FFC cable plugs in. So it goes in around here. And that sits like that. And you've got the little earth connector there. Put that on. Let's have a look. It's like showing me age now because I can't really see very well. Here we are. Right, this is this FFC cable with this little connector that is up and down. So down is when it's holding the FFC cable, and up is when it's released and allows you to pull it out. So before you release it, you go up. I've seen these on a few of these Epsons, to be honest. I'm not a real fan of them. So I'll just pop that. It's so easy just to damage the connectors, you know, on the FFC cable if you don't get this right. So just take your time with it. Just pop it in, push it in, and just push it down with a flat blade. You can. That's it. Okay, just push that back down again. It's exactly as it should be. So a little recap. One main connector, you've got a 2-pin connector underneath it. You've got a black 2-pin, you've got a little FFC cable, and you've got that one with the connector on it. Right, now we've put the scanner on, up and down, let's just check. Everything's happy? I think so. No trap cables or anything like that. It's time to put the top cover on. So open it up, spin it round, and find the top cover. And it just sits on. It's got the hooks on it, that's why the side covers have to come off. So just pop that on there, making sure you don't trap anything. Making it look easy, as you can see. There we are. Put the screws back in. So there's one there, just in the corner, one in front of it. Spin the machine. We have 2 there and 2 there. Just making sure at the back, because there's no screws at the back. There we are. Whoa, not there. Oh yes, there. Right, now the top cover's on. Let's close it. lifts up. That's the hinge that we've replaced. Let's have a quick look at the other side. I'm quite happy with that, I think that's okay. Right, it's time to put the side covers on. So we'll lift this cover up, spin it round. Right, there's writing on this so you know which way around it faces. You've got your LAN ports and your fax port at the back there. They're on this side. So you can't get the side panels mixed up. I would suggest that you fit the bottom first and then the rest should just go into place. Let's try it. Just before I do actually, just triple check for track cables. Really does make a difference. Don't want errors when we switch it back on. So just put that in there. Whoop. Popping it on. Here we are. So we have a screw at the front. And we've got two at the back. It's not quite sitting right. There we go, that's it. One there, there we go. And in there. Again, across the bottom first. There we are. That one on a little easier than the other side. Screw at the front. Spin around. And we have one there. One there. One more. There. I think at this point actually we can probably fit the maintenance box. Here we are. That's it, and then the rear cover. That's it on. Right, let's spin around, see what it looks like. Here we are. Now you could replace the cover, you could, and yeah, the machine actually got scrapped because it'd been dropped on the floor. Okay, let's get these covers on and then we can switch her on and see if she works. What we got? It sits on there, and then this is the bypass on the back of the machine. Yeah, the hinge there can easily just fall out. It just sits there. Same on the other side. The bypass just pops in and out. So I'll just pop that on like so. Put a screw in with a different screwdriver. That's it, I'm going to go with it now. So 4 screws at the back and 2 at the top. And do I have any spares? No, I don't have any spares. In fact, I'm surprised I haven't lost any. No. So it's the 4 at the back. And and 2 at the top, and everything's lining up. That's great. So the frame isn't twisted or anything like that. Yeah. It's the bypass and the jam cover. Okay, just plugged the cable in. Haven't switched it on yet. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. It's making all the right sounds anyway. Okay. No, we're alright. We're in. Copy. Paper setting. Cassette 1. Okay. Let's try and copy something. Oh, I think it might be alright. No! There you are. I'll just zoom in there for you. Insert C1 correctly. So basically, it's not seeing the cassette in. I'll look at that in another video.